Right, another quick progress update. This time I'll show you some of the new features that I've added to the cardboard resource. So it's something a bit different. It'll be interesting to hear what people think of it. I think it works quite nicely, but as ever, feedback's appreciated. So I just sign into my test account for this new version of Triptycho. I open the resource database. I can see all the resources I've created. I actually set the activity that I use today as a favourite. So if I click, I can see I've got two files which I've marked as favourites. So we'll use this one, US states and capitals, just it's quite a nice one to show on cardboard with there being 50 different items. So I click to open it. You can see that it's selected as a favourite there. I'll launch it. So I could launch it with any of these. I could launch it with word magnets or spring selector or the spinner or whatever. Email. But in this video I'll open it with cardboard. So I click to view cardboard. So the first choice I get is which side I would like to be displayed, which side I'd like to see when the cards are dealt. So in this case it's whether I want the state to be dealt face side up or the state capital. So we'll just deal the states for now. And then with the previous version of cardboard, there were two buttons down here, one which was a deal new card button, so you'd click it 3 times if you want 3 cards, or 5 times if you want 5 cards, and then a button to remove all the cards. Now I've got no buttons, which I'm quite pleased with. I'm trying, if I can, to simplify everything. So instead of clicking a button to add a card, you just drag across to the right. So if I click and drag, you can see I would let go now to add 1 card, or I could drag a little bit further. And so I can drag out and decide how many cards I want the resource to deal. So we'll start with 6. And so when I let go, it deals out the 6 cards. They're not shuffled at the moment, they're just in alphabetical order, but that's fine. So just as with the current version, you can click and turn over the cards and see what's on the other side. If I wanted to add more cards, again, I would just click and drag. So I can add another 3. And then another new feature with the current version, I think the maximum number of cards you can have is 12 or 15, I'm not entirely sure. Whereas with this version you can add many more. If I remove these cards, all you do to remove them, instead of clicking to and dragging to the right, I'll just click and drag to the left. And it says clear. So now when I let go, it clears all those cards away. And so if I wanted to deal out a lot of cards, I can now deal out 25 cards, so that's significantly more than in the current version. And they'll be dealt out on the screen for me. I can still click and turn over different cards. So hopefully lots of ideas for activities that you could start activities or whatever you wanted to do with this. I mean, you know, this one states and state capitals, but it could be questions and answers, or you could add an image and flip it over, and it could be the word in any particular language for whatever was shown on the image. Or you could even have this side blank and you turn it over and get a random question or a random task or a challenge or a number of points in a quiz. So there's all sorts of different ways that you can use this resource. So hopefully, well, it'll be interesting to hear what people think about this idea of clicking and dragging to add cards. I think it works quite nicely. Again, it gets rid of all or gets rid of a few buttons, which has really been something I've been trying to do in this version. And as I've shown in previous videos, this exact same activity I could open in the spring selector. I could open it with a spinner. I can open anything really. Could even open it and have a game of bingo. So the students would write down these different state capitals, and then if they had the state capital of Nebraska on their card, then they would cross it off. And I think I showed you in the previous video the hidden card resource, which is really what's the question, just sort of in a slightly different format. So I would choose the 4, which I think might be the 4 easiest answers, and then the 4 medium answers, and then there will be the 4 most difficult ones. And so I can have a game of what's the question, 2 teams, type in different team names, and then somebody might choose Florida, and we tap to see if they answered correctly. and then award the points or not. So yeah, so that's all just with the exact same, one simple list of states and state capitals. I can open it with lots and lots of different resources. So there we go. So hopefully that's of interest. I would love to hear what people think about that idea of dragging to add new cards. Any other questions or comments or feedback, let me know. Thanks for watching. I'll try and add another video later today showing a few more of these search options and adding things as favourites, etc. So I'll try, and that's what I'm going to work on today, and I'll hopefully upload another video showing my progress with that later. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.